On this episode of the Ktown Connects podcast, we're going to learn all about e-commerce, Drupal, and open source software. And if you're like me, you don't even know what I'm talking about. So get ready, as our guest is the owner of Bluehorn Digital. He enlightens us and brings us up to speed with the digital world. We welcome Matt Glaman. No, what? Glaman? Say it again.
Glaman.
Matt Glaman. Matt Glaman. We welcome Matt Glaman.
Kenosha, that great big busy town, right in the middle of the USA, between the New York Harbor and the San Francisco Bay. Well, a wonderful east, a beautiful west, that's the right place to be from. Sing it so loud of it because we're so proud of it, Kenosha, our hometown. Give me a beer.
And welcome to this episode of the Ktown Connects podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Donny, and I'm here with...
Jason?
Hey, Jason. It's pretty exciting for this episode of the Ktown Connects podcast.
Very exciting.
Yeah, this is a long time coming.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. So what you been up to?
Yeah, just getting ready for our upcoming Christmas Carol show.
Oh, yes.
Which our tickets are sold out, but the show's coming up on December 11th. Just a few weeks away. It's coming.
Yes, I can't.
It'll be live streamed. Everyone can watch it at home on Facebook, and they can donate through the fundraiser right there.
Yeah, it's going to be a great event. We're going to be giving a lot of toys, raising money for needy kids in the area.
Yeah.
I love it. We're doing such a great
It's going to be a fun night of entertainment, too.
Yep.
So.
Oh, it's action-packed.
Everyone can sit around their little phones and watch
us make fools out of ourselves. For a good cause, of course.
For a good cause. So tune in. It's Saturday, December 11th. The show starts at 7 p.m.
Yep. It'll be live streamed on Fusion's Facebook, Ktown Connects Facebook, Corey Elijah's Facebook, Uptown Observer's Facebook. So you can't miss it.
It'll be out there.
Yes. And want to give a special thanks to Dropping Daisies for that killer theme song. Still number one on the charts, and of course, number one in our hearts.
Finally got you to use that line.
Yes, your catchphrase. I'm saying now.
And where are we at, Donnie?
We are recording at Luigi's Pizza Kitchen. They are located at 7531 39th Avenue. And, of course, they're open Tuesday through Sunday. So give them a call, 262-694-6565. And you can check out their full menu and order online at luigispizzakenosha.com. And cue me up here. Order those pizza pies.
And you can also look for the Ktown Connects podcast on TV. We're on Spectrum Channel 14. Find us there. And the Kenosha Community Media streaming channel on your Roku. You can catch us every Wednesday at 11 a.m. and Sundays at 5 p.m.
Also, you can follow the Ktown Connects podcast on all the social media outlets, including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. So drop us a review on Facebook or on your favorite podcast provider and help us spread the word about the hottest podcast in town.
And that's the Ktown Connects podcast.
Yes, it is.
Don't forget, you can show your support for Ktown Connects by getting your very own Ktown Connects merchandise, courtesy of the Lettering Machine. They got t-shirts, sweatshirts, beanies, koozies, and more. You can find a quick link right there at ktownconnects.com.
Wow, I got to get some more of those Ktown Connect shirts. I got to be supporting ourselves. It's like going to your own concert and wearing the shirt, right?
Yeah, I suppose. You're not wearing a shirt right now, are you?
Yeah, I'm wearing one right here.
You're not wearing a Ktown Connect shirt?
Oh, no, I'm not.
I guess you could. You're trying to lie, weren't you?
It's in the laundry, man.
All right.
I would also like to give a shout-out to our Patreon supporter of the week, Dave Strash.
Oh, thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave, for joining the after party at patreon.com/KtownConnects. Dave and all of our Patreon supporters get early access to each episode, bonus material, and the critically acclaimed bonus show. It is what it is.
Wait.
Yes.
So you're telling me that these people get episodes early.
Yep.
And ad-free.
Check.
Bonus material.
Check.
The critically acclaimed bonus show, It Is What It Is.
Correct.
And much more.
Yeah, and you know what? Subscriptions start as low as this is going to blow your freaking mind, Jason and Matt, as low as $2 a month.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, well, find the quick link at ktownconnects.com and sign up.
All right. Well, let's get to the good stuff of the episode. We got all that stuff out of the way. And who are we talking to today there, Donnie?
We are with the owner of Bluehorn Digital, Matt Glaman.
Oh.
God damn it, Glaman. Matt
Glaman.
Glaman. You got to take this. I can't do it. Glaman. We were with the owner of Bluehorn Digital, Matt Glaman. Welcome, Matt. I finally got that out.
Thanks for having me.
Where'd you get that last name? Jeez.
Yeah, it's real technical.
Well, welcome to the Ktown Connects podcast, Matt. So we're just going to kind of get to know you as a person, and then we're going to get into the Bluehorn Digital.
Sounds good.
All right. So, Matt, we always start out with this. Were you born and raised in Kenosha, or?
Born and raised.
Oh, born and raised in Kenosha. What side? North side? South side?
North side.
North side.
North side
huh?
all the way. South side's cool to dance over to here and there.
Okay.
North side all the way.
So where did you end up going to school?
Went to Indian Trail.
Oh, Indian Trail.
Chose to go there. I was interested in computers and graphic design, and just the houses thing was like perfect for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the House of Communications, and just it actually made me enjoy school. And then when I went to college, I was actually knowing a few things that like juniors were working on in typography, which was pretty rad.
So at what age did you find your love for computers and software?
So it was 6th grade, and I remember it vividly because I wanted to be a paleontologist, like most boys that grew up in the Jurassic Park era. Like to the point where I was going to go to Purdue for a degree in geology. Like I actually like knew what I wanted to do, and then I found computer games. And I was like, this is cool. And I was like, how do computers do stuff? In 6th grade, I got 2 books on C programming.
What was your first computer?
It was a Compaq Presario, Windows ME. Now, this is at the point where everybody had like either Windows 98, which was awesome, or then got XP, which was awesome. And Windows ME was this like horrible thing that Windows released.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't complain because my parents got it for me, but I do like chores. I had to do like extra chores and earn it. And if it wasn't for the fact that they, believed in me, I guess, to get a computer and like work towards it, it did stuff at least.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best, but it did stuff and enough for me to get my interest going.
So, ITA, did they have a mascot there?
We were the Tigers.
The
I don't know what it is now.
Okay.
Because I remember I like walked over and I was like, well, this is big now and has a gym and everything else.
Yeah. It grew in leaps and bounds since the early days. They always started out as almost like a high school trade school kind of thing, you know? That's when you were going. I wanted to.
Yeah, and it was neat because you saw that they definitely built the building to be expanded. Like they knew eventually it would grow into like a full high school or something else. So it was just crazy to see it actually happen.
So what kind of student were you then? Were you popular? Were you a jock? Were you a computer nerd? Or?
Not popular, not a jock. Kind of nerd. I don't know. I just liked my computers and punk rock.
Okay.
So
that's a good combo right there.
I just like that. I didn't want to cause trouble because if you cause trouble, then there's consequences, and that's annoying. I don't know if my dad actually said this, but it was attribute to him. If you're going to be dumb, be smart. So like I did my fair share of stupid things, but nothing too stupid.
Yeah.
Had fun. Never got in big trouble, so that way I could just
kind of coast through, right?
Just get through it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
So what was your first job?
So first job was at Shopco when I was 15 and a half.
Okay.
But then afterwards, I was a sandwich artist at Subway over here on the south side until I left to go to school.
Oh, so you lived on the north side and you worked on the south side?
Yeah, I got hired at that one. So I was lucky enough because it's all about who you know.
True.
So Rick, who owned that Subway, his niece or something was apprenticing as an electrician and happened to be working with my dad.
Oh, Rick Hansen?
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
So it was one of those like, hey, my son's looking for a job. Hey, I know somebody that has a Subway in town. And
boom.
Got lucky.
I worked at that one for a little bit. Then I started working at the one downtown when I was a teenager.
Back when he owned all 3 of them?
Yeah. And then I worked at the one downtown and he sold it. And it sucked so bad.
That's one thing. He was a great boss.
Yeah, he was a great guy. Big Bears fan.
Oh, big. Like to the point of, I don't know if you ever had the pleasure of going into his basement.
Yeah. And he has, in his bathroom, he has a TV right next to the toilet.
Yeah, with Bears style tile. Yeah.
Crazy. It was crazy. But yeah, so Subway, I always like working there because I would say, what do you do for a living? I'm an artist. I'm a
sandwich artist.
Yeah.
I love going to a CD warehouse so you can smell the bread cooking next door whenever you walk in there. Like, it smells good.
The garlic and herb bread.
Ooh.
That's all it is. It's from that garlic herb and cheese bread.
Mm-hmm.
What was your go-to sub since you worked there? You got to try them all, right?
Veggie.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because that's so when it comes to like sandwich stuff, I just like Subway because you could like load up the veggies, but I realize I hate it now because it's not me making it. So it's like 3 little leaves of spinach. It's like, no, give me that. Yeah. Give me that handful.
I always got to check the tomatoes when I get them at Subway. I don't want the
Yeah, refrigerated tomatoes. Subway ruined refrigerated tomatoes. Or no, wait. It made me love fresh tomatoes. Let's put a positive spin on it.
There you go. So after Subway, where'd you end up going to school at?
So I went to Stevens Point for a year, and I actually worked there it's called ResNet, the residential network. So I did a lot of, had to help kids set up their internet in their dorms because apparently they had their parents with a telephone cord saying, here, it's not working with the internet. Like, this isn't the right cord. And, going in, like, there's some kids that were, like, extra computer-y trying to get their Xbox to play, and they would clone their computer's network address to the Xbox, so it would look at one device.
Oh.
Well, I have to go around with my iBook and listen in on all the Wi-Fi broadcasts and go knock on the door, be like, knock it off. So a little bit of a snitch, but it was pretty cool. Like, it was basically like investigative work. Like, all right, who's hogging down the network and slowing it down?
Private investigator, right? That's your resume. I like that. Well, you mentioned Xbox. So you Xbox or PlayStation guy?
Xbox.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
What about Switch? You're a Switch guy?
I just bought a Switch.
I was doing my research.
So, I mean, I haven't. So, let's see. I had an Xbox and then didn't. And then when 11 years ago, maybe 12 now, I got like the Xbox, whatever was the new one. Mm-hmm. Then I met my wife. So I think I played 10 hours.
Right.
And I haven't had a game console since. So finally I did just went out there. I was like, I need to get this thing.
There you go. I'm a PlayStation guy. I got a PlayStation 5.
All my friends were PlayStation people.
I also have a Switch, but the kid plays it. I'm never on it.
Oh, that's mine. The kids know this is my toy.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of PlayStation 5 lately. I've been getting my games in. All right, so you're going to college. You're doing all this investigative work.
You say you only spent 1 year up there.
1 year. I realized that it wasn't going to teach me anything by the time I got out. Or rather, it teaches you things. But my career path was to go work at the insurance company, Century Insurance or like Delta Dental's up there. And it's like you go and you become a program analyst and you sit in their basement and do whatever. So like most people don't know this, but insurance companies and banks are huge on like software programming because, well, they need to crunch data. They need all their operations to run. Okay. And I was like, this is not for me. Also, I was double majoring in web and media development with computer information systems. Okay. And like the year before, they had some people retire. They're shuffling things. So my whole like plan was in shambles. So I was like, you know what? Just going to move back and go to Gateway, which 1 year after that, I was like, I can't. So I was 19 at the time. I had a 4-year-old ask me how to turn on the computer in my class. And I was like, I can't do this. And it's just I wanted something that was challenging. I was like, I'm going to spend money for this. It wasn't engaging. I was like, I'm going to save my money.
Yeah.
Or pick a new career path.
Right.
So you're going on with your career. When did you meet your lovely wife?
Let's see. It was 2008. So that was around the time like Gateway had been done, and I was like, I'm just going to leave town. I knew a bunch of friends that were moving from Rhinelander to Appleton, and I was like, I'm done with here because I don't know what to do.
Till you met the love of your life.
I met the love of my life. And all like hung out with the same group of friends, but didn't actually ever hang out with her. Mm-hmm. I knew it was the one because my phone had died. I had a cracked razor, and she sat there and copied the contacts over to another friend's phone.
True love right there. All right, so where'd you guys go on the first date? Who asked who out first?
So, I don't know if we went like on official dates, but always walked from. I lived in the apartments that used to be the St. Cat's Nunnery.
Oh, okay.
Now they're called like Lake Waterfront Apartments or whatever they are. We would just like walk from there to downtown, like about like 3 to 5 in the morning because she was a night owl, and that's how I knew it was love at first sight because I'd have to go open that Subway on the north side. Because then, so when I came back from Stevens Point, moved to the north side one. Yeah, so I had a lot of no sleep.
Yeah.
And that's how I knew it was one because I was going to the edges.
Doing whatever it took, yeah.
All right, so you met your lovely wife. Now you have 3 beautiful children,
yes,
correct?
I have 3.
That's fantastic. And I wanted to kind of get involved. I wanted to kind of get to know your wife has a business as well. You want to give it a little plug?
Yeah, so my wife is One Artsy Cookie. Ooh. During the pandemic, she's always been a baker and like an artist and like painting and doing all those things. And then when COVID hit, it was like, need to do something. And she found this lady that was doing cookie classes online. I was like, go for it. Like, whatever. Like, you need a hobby, right? Like, we have 3 kids. We're stuck in the house. You need to go do something. Like, try to find something else to get a break. Because, I want to be supportive of her to do that because like, as somebody who's a workaholic, I know it's nice when somebody forces you to pause.
Yeah.
So she got on it and like it just took off. She did a few custom orders and they kept going and going. I asked her to make some cookies for a friend back in March, and she's been so busy with custom orders that my friend doesn't have any cookies.
Still, like months later?
Yeah, because I'm like, because I always ask her too late. Like a bunch of orders come in, and it's not on top of her mind because it's like she's a home baker right now. So like she can't take orders that ship out of state. So she's doing all the paid orders, not the favor that I signed her up for.
Oh, that's so you always got some cookies laying around at home.
Yeah, which is absolutely horrible. Like during COVID, I was really good about like watching my weight, but it was like this jump to freedom that is like, which is when the cookie business really took off after, when everybody started having parties and whatnot.
And that's oneartsycookie.com for people to find more research, correct? So go down there and order some cookies. Just Google it up. Check it out. All right. So then you're finishing up school. You're back in Kenosha. You're working at the subway on the north side. What was your next step then?
So my wife and I we knew we were going to get married and proposed. And it's funny, like May 2010, I proposed. And then I was able to get a job at CJW as a merchandiser. I was like, all right, Subway was nice. Great boss. I was making like $9.25 back then an hour, which is pretty good. Like Subway, really good. Yeah. But I knew that I needed to find a job that had benefits. Yes. Like, we're going to take this serious.
You're a family man now.
So then I got at CJW the merchandiser, but big surprise happened. 3 weeks before our wedding, we had an oil fire. Oh. And I had 35% of my body burned.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I bought most of it was like 3rd-degree burns.
Holy shit.
And the worst part is like that weekend is when I was doing finals for school. So I started to go online. Mm-hmm. So like if I'm going to get the piece of paper, I'm going to do it online on my terms. Mm-hmm. Finals, last day at Subway. Monday was my first day at CJW.
Oh, jeez.
Luckily, I was in the hospital for like 7 days. We still got married on time. I healed up in 2 months and was back working.
Wow.
Would this fire start at home or?
Yeah, it was on the stove. My wife was going to make avocado egg rolls. Because like our thing is she always went to Cheesecake Factory for her birthday. Mm. So that's what we've done still to this day. Every birthday we go and Mother's Day. And she's like, I'm going to try making the avocado egg rolls at home. But we don't have a fryer. We just had the pot and the oil. Whoa. I was doing finals, so I wasn't thinking. And it was the flames are blocking the baking soda. So in my head, I was like, why don't I just grab this flaming pot of oil and walk it out the back of my house?
Oh.
It's one of those things you can look back on now and be like, it's not funny, but just like,
what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah, it's a story. I'm glad you healed up quickly. Yeah. That wasn't in my research for the show. Wow.
All right, well, on that note, I think we're going to take our first break and we'll be back with more and find out how Matt got started with his business with Bluehorn Digital and all that fun stuff. So
sounds great. Well, all right, and we're back from that first break. And Jason, what a break that was, huh?
What a break.
And we're here with Matt Glaman from Bluehorn Digital.
You almost got it.
Almost.
Pretty close.
And we're going to kind of just get to know about Bluehorn Digital.
Now, so you specialize in Drupal, and that's the first question we have. What the hell is Drupal?
Yeah.
Drupal is a content management system. So a lot of people now know the word WordPress and are familiar with WordPress, which is a content management system as well. Website that lets you type, put in words, and you get a web page.
Yeah, we use WordPress for our website.
So Drupal came around about the same time, and it really grew into a larger. It became really popular with a lot of developers because you could really plug and play with it. Like The Economist, one of their previous sites was built on Drupal. Actually, if you go right now to va.gov, that's a Drupal site, really big in like government now. Okay. Massachusetts website is on there. Weather.com, actually, if you go to the part that you interact with is not because they set up all these crazy layers. But I remember when I first got into that realm of developers, I was at a conference and the people working on the weather.com site were just shooting about it and talking about it. And I was like, what? This is wild.
So it's basically a name brand of a thing that makes websites.
Kind of. It's not like Wix. So it's really hard now because we're in the age of like Wix, Squarespace. This is like code that you have to go get and then put on a web server somewhere yourself. Oh. It's not like a service that you buy. Okay. In fact, it's a thing called open source.
Open source.
open source is free software, like free as a puppy, right?
Okay.
It's not free that you just get magical rainbows out of the box. It's like you have to take care of it. That's one analogy we use. It's
Okay.
like, it's free with consequences. But that's also what allowed me to like make a career out of it. Is I was able to take that free software, get engaged with the wider community, and make a name for myself.
Ooh.
So what were the advantages that you saw in that compared to other ones that you kind of drew you into that?
So I got to it in an odd way. I was at a local marketing firm, and we had to build an e-commerce website. And it was
So what is e-commerce?
e-commerce is electronic commerce. So there's a company that needed to sell stuff online.
Okay.
This is back in the days of eBay was like the only way you sold stuff.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon was still just a bookstore, not a marketplace or powering the
It's
internet.
so crazy to think like that's how they were.
Yeah,
you
to
know?
think that the people who served the network traffic for Instagram and Netflix started as a bookstore. So I had to find the solution, and WordPress was like the go-to thing, especially for marketing websites. But you had to pay for stuff. It was like $100 here, $50 there.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing seemed to just work. I was like, I'm not going to keep spending money for these people to find like a good solution. Went to the internet, found this thing called Commerce Kickstart, which the company
Called what?
Commerce Kickstart,
Okay.
built by a company, and that was actually a wrapper around Drupal, and that was also free for a thing called Drupal Commerce,
Okay.
which will be down in part of my past as well. But I got it. I was able to start playing with it and got the site built with no extra licensing fees.
Wow.
Like, we just got it working. You know, to the most part, there's actually some work that had to be fixed. They were using the USPS for shipping, like United States Postal Service. Both had a little quirk in it, but I was able to talk to the person who maintained that code. We coordinated and made a fix.
Wow.
So, you know, that customer and anybody else using it was able to benefit from the fact that I took some time, fixed it, and didn't have to pay some company to hopefully fix it and release it who knows when.
Okay.
My last company that I joined in 2015 is called Centauro,
Okay.
but back then it was called Commerce Guys. And they were friend Ryan, it was him and two dudes in a basement that literally created a company called Commerce Guys. We eventually rebranded it because years later, it's also kind of like, well, the whole calling something blah, blah, blah guys fell out of favor.
Yeah.
So we wanted something that was a little bit more neutral and also product oriented.
Okay.
So Centauro is what we came up with.
Okay. And you did that for 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years. And that was honestly some of the best times. So that's what got me to travel to Europe 5 times.
Wow.
And across the country speaking at conferences. Because we were building Drupal Commerce. So there's Drupal, the main software. And then we wrote this thing called Commerce that turned Drupal into an e-commerce platform. And, you know, like one of our clients is actually a wholesale grocery store in Sweden.
Wow.
You know, I blew my mind about that, but they do about 100,000 orders a day on this.
Wow.
Because they buy like the leftover groceries from the local stores, and they just sell them bulk and discount it online.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right when we heard about it, like, you do what? No.
Huh.
But like that was one of our consumers. You know, there's I can actually talk about them, Home Outlet. It's like a Home Depot, but in a more regional area in the southeast and northeast. They had no way to buy online. So they worked with Centauro, and we built you shop online for your store.
Well, they had no way to
pick it up.
sell online.
Yeah, they had no
Okay,
way to sell
not
online.
buy,
They had
sell.
just the website
Okay.
that you could just go to, like a corporate website. So we made it that you could go to homeoutlet.com, shop all 120 different stores to see live pricing, inventory, buy it, and go pick it up in store.
Wow.
Oh, okay. And the Drupal software kind of makes that possible then.
Yep. So it's built on Drupal. We plugged in our commerce bits to it and, you know, made into a e-commerce platform for them.
All right. So why is e-commerce so important in today's world?
So it's important in today's world because that's how everybody likes to shop.
Right.
And I think the advent of it wasn't COVID. It was just the mobile device. So, right, there are people who don't have a computer, that don't go to the library to use a computer.
Right.
They have a phone.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There are, like, I don't like to use the word third world countries, but there's disadvantaged countries where they don't have, like broadband internet infrastructure, but they have 2G and 3D cellular signals. So cell phones are the way that everybody accesses it. Even banking, like they do banking over text messaging.
Right. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy in today's world how it works.
COVID definitely sped it up
Yeah.
to the T.
So you're doing this at Centauro, you're having a great time there, but then like in the middle of the pandemic, you decide to go off on your own.
Yeah, I
What
wanted to do
inspired that?
something
Yeah,
different.
this is crazy time to do this.
So when the unrest happened in Kenosha, just came down here. I work from home. I've worked from home for 7 years now, and that means I can. And also, it's okay to take a break from work. So I can.
I'm so glad you came out of the house for the podcast.
Yeah. So I was just downtown and like really interacting with the community, and it just kind of brought it home. I had been thinking for a while, like I wanted to do something that was more meaningful. The work I was doing was meaningful. Like we had, when we released Drupal Commerce 2, people were taking pictures of release parties, and there's a cake from an agency in Pakistan that has all 3 of our names on it saying, congrats on the release. I'm like, this is awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I wanted to find a way to bring that back here. Like as a kid, I didn't think that a developer was a job. Now, different times, it's cool to be nerdy, but there's no jobs here for that. You have to go to Milwaukee, which is maybe more networking and .NET,
Right.
or you got to go to the Chicago Loop. And I don't know about anybody else, but the idea of driving an hour and 45 minutes to work and then back,
no way.
4 hours of your day is commuting, I would rather
No way.
Especially with kids at home, too.
yeah, you lose time with your kids.
I love taking the train to Chicago for fun times, but to do it every day.
Yeah, I would go
no way.
nuts. I couldn't handle it.
No way.
So that was like my main motivator, and just knowing that a lot of businesses got into e-commerce and probably had questions. And I like to solve hard problems. I'm really intrigued by solving problems and helping people move forward and enriching themselves. So I was in the past year, I've been able to help somebody get a new job. So they transferred, now they're working remotely for an agency out of Seattle instead of doing the 3 hours commute a day. And I want to have that impact locally with other businesses if I could.
I love that. That's so good.
So like a local business, what could you provide for them?
I've been trying to figure that out too, because it's hard. Like, okay, how do I go from what I was doing to marketing locally? I had a meeting with a local business where we did a 1 hour consultation.
What kind of business was it? Can you say what type
It
of
was
business?
You can name drop them.
I can name drop. So it's Basu Lingerie downtown.
Oh yeah, love
which
that
is
shop.
a very niche market, and the specialization is around like fittings.
Mm-hmm.
And like how do you grow, right? Because the old way that you grew a business was another store. Stores are expensive, labor's expensive.
Yeah.
I'm all for about hiring people when it makes sense, but sometimes it doesn't make sense to open a new store.
Yeah.
And so the consultation was like, tell me what's going on with your business and where you want to go, and how can we leverage your technology to grow further. Example is the main thing is about fittings. Do you have a bra that fits you right? That is a big deal.
Yep.
You get the fitting. Well, they don't need to come in store to buy. They can buy online. And does the point of sale system that you have support it? And just like walking through that, a lot of times companies have what's called a payment gateway. That's what takes the money online, right? Somebody puts in their card. It goes through the payment gateway to your bank account with fees.
Okay.
Well, when you have a physical store, right, there's a card reader, which is your merchant account. That also takes fees.
Yeah.
So if you can find a way for them to be the same person, you cut down on fees and you actually save money in your bulk transaction volume.
Oh.
So the more money that you make, let's say, I don't want to name drop any merchant accounts, but the more money you make a merchant account, they will give you benefits and drop your rates because you're making them so much money.
Oh.
Usually it's 2.9%, let's say. Let's say you make $500,000 a year in sales. They'll drop it to 2.6.
Wow.
It doesn't sound like a lot, but if you think off $500,000,
That's
0.3%, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's like Office Space, how they made money off the rounding errors. Like, it's a big deal. And that could be what gets you to hire a new employee.
Right. Yeah. I think you working with local businesses is going to work out very well. I mean, and you love to support local. I'll give you as many plugs as I want with these local business owners, Matt.
So you can kind of set up like a store for somebody if they're interested to trying to sell something online.
Yeah, if they wanted to. Or that's actually been the next part to figure out is now like things like Shopify, Squarespace, even Squares Online have made it real easy for folks to set things up. And I'm trying to figure out, like, they may not need to do development or set up the full site, but maybe they have questions and trying to figure out like how to set up a service where these business owners can like, Matt, we have questions. Like, right, they want to ask a friend a question, basically. Like, they want to get unblocked. They want to be able to just move forward. Maybe they've got the cousin that can do it, or the nephew, or the employee, but they don't know what to tell that person to do.
There you go.
I'm trying to find ways that I can provide that service that's economical for them, but also still pays my bills.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's the current.
So almost like a local workshop.
Yeah, I'm calling it consulting as a service,
okay.
where it could be like a monthly fee and you get access to like a ticketing system. I'm still trying to figure out like what works best.
Okay.
Because it's one of those, it's an interesting space, and I haven't seen it done before.
Yeah, I like that. You could probably get a handful of businesses just come in there. Hey, you got 10 minutes of my time. Hey, let me answer your questions.
And it's the best way to divvy up 10 minutes. Most questions are probably 10, 15 minutes.
And most people probably have the same questions.
Yeah, and that's what I figured it'd be at scale, because if I take 1 hour and I actually got on the phone with 3 people, that's only really 35 minutes of work that took an hour to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I can't pay bills off of that.
Right. Interesting.
All right, so then you got Bluehorn Digital going. How did you come up with that name? I'm very curious.
To be fair, I don't know.
Oh.
My friend Justin and I, when I was still at the company before Commerce Guys, we started doing some side work and thought about going out on our own. So we created an LLC to handle all of that. And I don't remember how we got the name. I want to say How I Met Your Mother is the French Bluehorn.
Oh,
that's just what I'm going with. It's like digital French Bluehorn. And it's one of those, like, the LLC just kind of sat there. Then at Centauro, I'm a part owner because I had to put equity in. So it became like, I learned a lot about taxes. That's for
so you're still involved with Centauro in a little bit?
On a consulting basis.
Okay.
So I still, like, we actually spun the company out of the original company because they built a hosting company out of it. Whole bunch of stuff. So I had to put in 5% equity to be able to buy some of the assets.
Okay.
So, I'm still rooting for them to go forward. And one of the big changes is they go for very enterprise or mid-level companies, like people that got the big money,
All right.
which they're providing a new platform that goes against like Shopify Plus and a few of those big competitors. And I wanted to go down the ladder a bit. Like I wanted to go after like the mid of small medium business, like people that are doing like 3 to 20 million a year, because that's where you hit like the gas pedal growth.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Those first few years are really hard for businesses, and I want to find ways to help them get to that like 3 million, but that's when they need custom development support because they're going to scale. One of my clients is a machine manufacturer in Michigan, right? Machine manufacturer doing e-commerce. Their competitors are still faxing orders.
What?
So they built their website. It's a self-service. Most people don't go buy $10,000 in tools, but they build it as a quote, and then they just got to call the back office. The sales rep can look up their order. Done.
Wow.
Okay.
So they're eating their competitors' lunch. They're buying companies because of this, because they're more agile and efficient.
Wow.
Interesting. So you don't do web design. You're not one of those kind of
not
places.
web design. There's
you take
times
what
when it's
they
like,
have and you fine tune it and make it work better for them.
That's where I like one thing with like the whole like consulting as a service is I want to partner with other businesses. Like, look, I know how to do the SEO and the search engine stuff and the social media, but I don't want to do that. Like, I'll tell you where to go and what to maybe set up.
Yeah.
But if you want to actively campaign that, like, I want to push you in the direction of a partner and be like that consultant, that person that just help you excel at getting your business to sell things online, so that way you grow your business.
Great. Awesome.
For our listeners out there, can you describe Bluehorn Digital?
Yeah. So Bluehorn Digital.
Is that what he's been doing?
Well, yeah.
But what I want to call it is an e-commerce consultancy.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times consultancy and agency are intertwined. Agencies usually provide like the full stack. Like they've got the graphic designers, they've got the marketing people, they've got the developers, and they've got all the full chain. A consultancy is more like you pay for my time for information to solve and move forward and maybe some custom development.
Okay.
And right now, if you go to the website, it's got Drupal all over the place because I need to build off of my existing reputation. And that's been the struggle is people know Matt Glaman and want to buy my time, but not necessarily my company's time right now.
Okay. All right. And that's bluehorn.digital. You can email them at hello@bluehorn.digital. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn.
Yeah, one more question for you. What's next? What's next for Bluehorn Digital?
So what's next is trying to figure out how to scale out the local impact.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those that I need to start pushing it more and interacting with more businesses to help scale it out and flush it out. Because you can take it's called like an MVP, most viable product. You take it, go start running with it and tweak it as you go. I could sit here for 6 months trying to figure out how I'm going to make this money and how I'm going to make it work with businesses, come with a lower price point, start raising the prices I need to, and I find out how to best serve needs to pay my bills and give value to those other businesses and just get the momentum going.
All right.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Nice.
All right. Well, with that, let's take our second break, and we'll be back with some Kenosha Connects.
All right. All right. We're back from that break.
And it's time for the Kenosha Connects, and it's brought to you by Equinox.
That's right, Donny. For the past 20 years, Equinox Boutique, 5901 6th Avenue, have specialized in taking care of your body and soul through their health and wellness offerings of massages, facials, and their products.
More recently, Maria at Equinox has begun to expand her love of plants, and her boutique has expanded to include vegetables and herbs for your garden, beautiful indoor plants, and more.
Stop on into Equinox, 5901 6th Avenue, and talk to Maria about expanding your household with a new green family member. You can even name it Matt. For more, visit loveequinox.com.
Ooh, I'm going to go get a plant and name it Matt.
Matt what?
Matt, you ready for some Kenosha Connects here?
Oh, yeah.
All right. What was the last great meal you had in Kenosha? They get
Keystone
harder.
Foods down at Tavern on 6th when they do the Wine Wednesdays pop-up. They've got a deconstructed stuffed mushroom. Gangbusters.
Ooh. I also heard they have lasagna now.
I saw that they started doing lasagna, but just all the pizzas.
Yeah,
so
great pizzas. I seen you there a few times right by the Fresh Bar.
Kids love it.
Summer. Good stuff right there. All right, your favorite Kenosha event?
It's the markets.
I see.
The winter markets,
there, yeah.
actually, because the winter markets are always our saving grace with kids. It's like, what do you do in the winter?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There's not much you can do because it's wet, especially recently. There's no actual snow to go do snow activities. So go to the market.
Yeah. Or you can bring them to the museum. And what's your favorite museum?
The OG Museum.
Okay.
The actual Kenosha Public Museum.
All right. Cool.
Favorite local place to see a band?
I'm talking to a guy who hasn't gotten out in a long time. But I've heard good things about Fusion. I know a few friends that started to play there. So that's when I finally make sure I get out of the house. I'm going there.
Another 20 years and the kids are old and at college.
I mean, the oldest one's 10. So, right, we got it's our baby.
4 years should be babysitting.
4 years, there you go.
Yeah. Who is your favorite famous Kenosian?
Al from Happy Days.
El Monero.
Yes. All right, favorite pizza place in Kenosha? It changes every week, and we get it.
I mean, I already said one. That's my rotating favorite. But Villa de Carlo.
Yeah, so good there, isn't it? Oh.
All right, how about this? Where can I get the best burrito in Kenosha?
Best burrito. Los Taquitos, right over on 22nd and 27th.
Oh, yeah. I've been there in a while.
I forgot that place even existed. Oh, man. All right, last time you rode the streetcar?
2 years.
Oh, okay. All right, well, a lot of our guests say never.
Kids.
You're right.
Kids love it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which now closed Kenosha business do you wish you could bring back?
Moe's.
Oh, Moe's Coffee?
Because,
yes.
It's the one place we were underage, and they're open till 11 o'clock.
Yep.
Where was Moe's?
Right on the old Robin's Nest.
Old Robin's Nest, the antique place.
Yeah, the coffee shop there, yeah.
56th
Before it was
Street.
Shars Cafe, then it was
The
Moe's.
Meyer Drug Building.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I forgot all about
The
Moe's.
smoothies were awesome,
Yep.
and you could actually hang out there at night
Cool.
and not get yelled at for being on the street.
I don't like how there was, that coffee shop, Common Grounds. I don't think the buzz was around at the time, but the more coffee shops like that, I think there
The
needs
Nook
to be.
was down there at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was the Nook
Yep.
area, all that. Yeah,
Oh, I love the Nook.
the hummus.
That was the best. The hummus was the best, and the green mint mocha that now Bobby from Common Grounds makes for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
When was the last time you put your feet in Lake Michigan?
This summer,
Yeah.
sometime this summer.
Okay. Good. You actually went down to the beach.
Yeah,
All right.
down it was either at Eichelman or
Simmons Island.
Bathhouse.
Okay. All right.
Simmons Island. Yeah.
All right. What is one thing you wish you could change about Kenosha?
Transport. I've wanted to hold a meetup here or a conference of some sort, but it's how am I going to get people from the Milwaukee airport to Kenosha? It is my
Right.
biggest gripe. The reason why I like Chicago more than
There you
Milwaukee.
go. Pop on the train, come down.
train or just a dedicated service that can actually get you here and there back reliably.
Yeah, just a bus or something, bus line.
I know there is coach. The Wisconsin the coach there is one, but even if now there's Uber, but if I knew that an Uber could get somebody from here there or some kind of taxi service, I'd be a lot happier.
Yeah, that's pricey too.
Yeah.
All right, you'll like this one. What Kenosha bar do you think you spent the most money at?
So would be Rendezvous. Because we went hard at the bar before our first son was born, and that was, I was laid up for a month because I had a burn accident. I was turned 21. My wife just turned 21. So we're at Rendezvous a lot.
Rendezvous is one of the most underrated bars in the area. you walk in there, you're on like vacation.
Yeah, great.
Those flaming bowls.
Yeah, there was a lot
Can't
of
beat
those.
that. And then they had one of the drinks that was in a glass boot. Can't remember what it was called. The ass kicker it was called. And you come in this giant glass of a cowboy boot, and one of them you're fucked instantly. So good. Love that bar.
All right, last question here. Big Star or the Spot?
Big Star.
Oh,
If you're a North Sider.
There you go.
Well, no, I mean, remember the Spot used to be on the north side?
Yeah, there was two of them.
Yeah, I'm really sad that's not. I like them both, but like Big Star just has it's limited, right?
Yeah.
Anything that has limited availability, you like it more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You can always go to the Spot anytime, They've been open till like 3 in the
Although
morning.
the Spot has the sausage patty thing, like the burger with like the brat patty mixed with it. So
Oh, that sounds good. I'll tell you, I saw the Facebook promotional picture they have of the Spot, their cheeseburgers, and they look like so perfect. They look like something like from the McDonald's menu. They look like this is perfect burger. I'm like, I love those Spot burgers. They never look like that. They always look like a sloppy mess and the wrapper greasy and delicious, but they never looked like those photos. Still great though.
Yeah. Well, they're great local businesses. Both of them are.
What time is it now, Donny?
Oh, ding, ding, ding. It's trivia time, and trivia is brought to you by Union Park Tavern.
Every Friday, get on down to Union Park Tavern, 4520 8th Avenue, for their famous fish fry, voted best in Kenosha for the last 10 years.
But that's not all. Union Park Tavern is now serving up great food 7 days a week, including their weekend brunches starting at 8 a.m.
And if you enjoy live music, they have you covered there as well, with open mic night, piano jams, karaoke, and some of the greatest local and regional acts in the area.
Also, be sure to check out their beer garden, one of the best-kept secrets in town. That's Union Park Tavern, located at 4520 8th Avenue. Stop in and say hi to Angie and Ben for us.
All right.
All right, Matt, you ready for some trivia?
All right. It's going to go up in flames.
Oh, I don't know.
No, don't worry.
Now, Matt, you said as a kid, you play with the computers and listen to punk rock.
Yeah.
So this is punk rock trivia.
All right.
I'm going to give you a line of a song, and there's a possible 2 points for each one of these. You can get the name of the song or the artist.
All right.
And you could get 2 points. You get them both right, or you could just get the name of the band.
All right.
So, Donnie, we're going to start with you so you can kind of see what it's like.
Wonderful. Can't wait.
All right. That girl thinks she's the queen of the neighborhood. She's got the hottest trike in town.
The Frogs?
No. You know the name of the song?
No.
No. That's a Rebel Girl by Bikini Kill.
Yeah,
That's a Bikini Girl.
I never would have
I
got
started out with a tough one. They get easier. Matt, there's a classic one here.
I like emo music.
It's going way back before your time. Let's see if you know your history. So messed up, I want you here. In my room, I want you here. Now we're going to be face to face, and I'll lay right down in my favorite place.
I have no idea.
It's Now I Want to Be Your Dog by the Stooges.
Oh, man.
All right, I started you off tough there, so now we're going to get easier. Donnie?
I'm ready, I think.
Donnie, I got something to say. I killed your baby today. And it doesn't mean that much to me as long as it's dead.
You said you're giving
I know
easy
this
one.
So they're getting easier.
I know this one. Why can't I think of it? Hold on. Oh, God, what do we have, 10 hours for me to think? Hold on.
I need the artist or the song or both.
I know it. I can't think of it.
It's the Misfits.
God dang it.
Last Caress.
Yes. Oh, well, I should have. Fuck. God damn it.
Quit swearing. I got to call this
I'm
stuff
so
out.
sorry. I know that
You do
one.
have to do lots of editing.
All right, Matt, here we go. When I'm out walking, I strut my stuff, and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite. I just might stop to check you out.
Oh, my God. I know this.
Don't you hate
It's so hard when it's just
I know,
spoken.
right?
Oh, I know it.
Is it a band from Milwaukee?
No.
Maybe.
Oh, wait, yeah, it is.
Maybe.
It's the, oh, my God.
You know
It's
it.
even worse. I know they played it at our wedding. But why am I thinking of every other band name?
All right, it's the Violent Femmes.
Yeah.
See, I should have swapped those. You could have got each got a
Yeah.
no score yet. All right, Donnie. This is a softball one for you, okay?
Oh, good.
I try to be nice to you.
Thank you. Finally.
Dear mother, can you hear me whining? It's been 3 whole weeks since I left your home. This is your era.
Stone Temple Pilots?
Oh, Green Day.
Oh, I don't like Green Day.
Welcome to Paradise.
Oh, Jesus.
You like Pearl Jam. It's the same thing, isn't
No,
it?
it's not.
No.
No.
90s rock stuff. It's the same
No,
thing.
no.
I thought you were going to get that one, actually.
I only like American Idiot by Green Day.
Well, it suits you.
Wrapped into that one.
Okay, Matt, here's your softball one. Just get me to the airport, put me on a plane. Hurry, hurry, hurry
Ramones.
before I go insane.
Rock and Roll High School. Not Rock and Roll High School. Damn it. It's Ramones.
You know the song?
No, because I'm not going to get the title right.
It's I Want to Be Sedated. You got 1 point.
There you go. Congratulations.
Yeah, we got the bands. You got 1 point. Donnie, number 4 for you. Possessions never meant anything to me. I'm not crazy. Well, that's not true. I've got a bed and a guitar and a dog named Bob who pisses on my floor.
Bad Religion.
Oh.
You're close, so
You're close. Cycle through bands that are popular in that.
he wouldn't know. No effects.
Yeah, well, I
Linoleum.
never would have guessed that.
He gets the-
Well, no, this one's...
Okay, this one's going to be.
I can't believe it. The way you look sometime, like a trampled flag on a city street. Oh, yeah.
I have no idea.
You are choking.
Yeah.
It's like one of your favorite band's biggest songs. The one's called 21st Century Digital Boy by Bad Religion.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when he reads it, it throws everything off. Can you sing it?
No, that would give it away.
Would it?
Donnie,
Yes.
here's your last one. Here's your one chance to get a point.
Okay.
This is the most modern song on the list here.
Bright Eyes.
I don't know what that means.
I hate when you say that. I love it.
Storming through the party like my name was El Nino when I'm hanging out drinking in the back of an El Camino.
Weezer.
No, that is Sum 41.
I know. Why do you think I know some fucking 41?
I don't know. You listen to crap music.
Hey, they're just Canadian.
All right. Here's another softball one. I think it's a softball one for you, Matt, but we'll see. 'Cause you didn't get the Bad Religion one, so I don't know. But you have 1 point, so you're already winning. Like the latest fashion, like a spreading disease, the kids are strapping on the way to the classroom, getting weapons with the greatest of ease.
No.
This is your era, man.
Yeah, what's my era?
I don't know. You're young. I don't know. That's The Offspring.
Oh.
Come out and play.
Oh.
Well, you guys sucked at trivia.
Well, I mean, it's trivia.
But, Matt, you did win. And what did he win, Donnie?
Matt, you win a free coffee from Harborside Common
All right.
Grounds.
That's right. They're located at 5159 6th Avenue in beautiful downtown Kenosha. Common Grounds is a great coffee house with unbelievable view of Lake Michigan, offering tasty sandwiches, delicious espresso, and, of course, great coffee drinks.
And they're open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Go say hi to Bobby and tell him the Ktown connects.
You know, when I was trying to find trivia for today, I was almost going to do, like, Drupal trivia. I found one fact.
Oh,
I have,
yeah?
like, one good question. Donnie, which U.S. presidential administration used Drupal?
I don't even remember this one.
Bush administration.
No, Obama.
Hey!
Well, yeah, whitehouse.gov. That's right. Yep.
Gosh, Obama.
That was the one question I found. Everything else, I was like, I have no idea what this means. I don't even know how to write this. And
We actually, during Drupal
Did you sell them
trivia.
that?
No.
Oh.
I just know the people who built it.
Oh, very nice. They're
yeah.
filthy rich then, right?
No.
No?
No. It's government. Well, I mean, okay, government pays a lot, but
Right.
they're not. The people I know that built it aren't filthy rich. The company, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, do you want to, real quick before we say goodbye, you wanted to give a shout out to your two favorite coffee people?
Oh, yeah. So Sergio at Esperanza Coffee.
Great
He's got
job.
a drive-through in Racine and Uptown next to behind the branch. And then also Eastview Coffee. Big coffee fan. Love local coffee.
Yeah, two great places. In 1501, the branch, it's
Yep,
called,
1501 the branch.
right? In Racine, and then Eastview Coffee upstairs from Rustic Road in beautiful
Which
downtown.
it's not a
Kenosha.
cafe, so you can't
Right.
get in and get some coffee, but
You
the
can get
tasting
steak.
room's open.
Yes.
And they actually roast it there. And it is
Freshly
phenomenal.
roasted, yes.
But it smells great in there. Huh?
Oh,
Wow.
I went in there a few weeks ago, and I was under I was talking to Greg and Jenny, and I was like, oh, I'm going to come in. I thought I could just hang out up there and have coffee. She's like, oh, no, but you can just taste it. Oh, my God. I was so buzzed when I left there, not from the coffee, coffee. Great people there. Great people there.
Great. Well, once again, we have to thank Matt Glaman for being on the show. That's Bluehorn Digital. You can find their website at bluehorn.digital. Email hello@bluehorn.digital. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn.
Thank you, Matt, for joining us for the Ktown Connects podcast. And we want to personally thank you for being our first sponsor of the show. I mean, crazy story. Like when, a year ago you reached out to us and you wanted to sponsor the show, you believed in this little engine.
Like, who the hell's this guy?
Yeah, we were like, somebody wants to sponsor the show.
And we're like, what does he do? And then he told us, and we're like, what does he do?
And thank you for all the support. We really appreciate it so much. It means so much. We've grown leaps and bounds, so to speak, thanks to you. And you believed in this product to get people
that's awesome.
interested in Kenosha.
Thanks for having me. And I did my company to be local, so support local projects.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And with that, Jason, another great show in the bank. But, after all these episodes, 65, 66 episodes, and I'm trying to figure out here, what are we doing?
Well, we're thanking our sponsors, including Captain Mike's,
The Downtowner Saloon,
Bluehorn Digital.
Hey, I know them. Union Park Tavern,
CarBox,
Lucci's Grandview,
Faded Barbershop for Men,
Equinox,
Lulu Birds,
Wink Beauty Boutique,
Harborside Common Grounds,
and of course, Luigi's Pizza Kitchen.
Order those pizza pies.
Yep. And after all that, all those great local businesses that sponsor the show, thank you to all of them, especially to Bluehorn Digital.
Well, thank all of them.
Well,
evenly.
I'm giving a special thanks to Matt because he's right here. You know how I like to kiss everybody's behind when they're in here?
That's true. Surprised you didn't say you have the best cheese curds in town.
Well, I'll find out later. He's got the best Drupal I've ever seen. But with that, Jason, what are we doing here on the show?
Ordering those pizza pies.
Nope, we are connecting
wrong
Kenosha.
catchphrase. Okay.
I'm from Kenosha, I say Kenosha, that great big busy town. Right in the middle of the USA, between the New York Harbor and the San Francisco Bay. I'm from Kenosha, say Kenosha, that great big busy town. Right in the middle of the USA, between the New York Harbor and the San Francisco Bay. Well, the wonderful East, the beautiful West, that's the right place to be proud. Sing it so loud of it because we're so proud of it, Kenosha, my hometown. Give me a beer. No! Oh.
It's annoying as hell.
That was it?
Okay, DJ Khaled.